Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently infamous at 48.5. We can definitely start thinking about going to war again fairly soon, but we did just beat up the French Republic and Austria and the Ottoman Empire and took a bunch of their stuff. So that's fine for the time being. We are working on this situation out here. It looks like that's fully under control. No issues whatsoever there. We're working on paying down our debt, and I want to take a look at what our situations are here. I mean, we've got low standard of living. We're not actually running input goods shortages. We do have an unacceptable government, which is problematic. We'll work on getting women's suffrage in. I'm hoping that this will just go straight through. That would be incredibly lucky, but I mean, the odds on that are 20%, right? We'll see. We'll see. Academics becoming more radical. Actually, we'll fund that journal. We can afford that. And the rise of radicalism. We now have women's suffrage. Beautiful. That did just go straight through. However, do we support the radicalism? 20% of upper strata would become more loyalist, with 5% of middle and lower strata. Honestly, pop-wise, we're better off to support the radical movement, I think. And there's that jump in radicalism. Okay. So at this point, we need to take a look at what we want to do here. I would very much like to... We're on protected speech right now. Regulatory bodies is absolutely fine. I would like to go to compulsory primary school. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody setting up a movement for that. We have no migration controls at this moment. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. We're on tenant farmers right now. We could go down to commercialized agriculture. What would that actually do for us? It would remove landowner political strength. I love it. Do it. We'll get that going. And hopefully, enacting universal suffrage. Actually, there's a revolution to enact universal suffrage. You know what? I'm going to cancel commercialized agriculture. We'll come back to that. I do actually want to do universal suffrage. We've got 84.6% with a 100% success rate. Absolutely do that right now. That's wonderful. We're very happy about that. Guaranteed liberties would be a good thing to go for as well. No, I'm down for this. Absolutely. So we're working on constructing the Suez Canal. That's 40 weeks out. We've got a bunch of power plants and chemical plants being worked on. I don't feel like we need anything else tremendously right now. Insufficient construction for investment pool. I have never seen this before. Interesting. We don't actually have enough to consume the investment pool money. So that does mean that we need to expand our construction sector. Fair enough. So what we would want to do is expand it in Laristan, Tabriz, and Khuzestan. So we're going to get both of these maxed out, or all three of these, I should say. Now, this is going to harm our income a decent amount. But I've been thinking about expanding construction anyway, and I think this is a good plan. I think we definitely should do this. The outliner is correct about that. So I like it. I also want to check in on infrastructure. Cool. So we could certainly use some infrastructure kind of across the board here. So 4 would get us 60. 6 would get us 90. We need 7 in Munster. Okay. So with all of that queued up, we are still working on construction sectors behind it. I think that's great. As long as we're working on some construction sectors, it sounds good to me. So we're, of course, going to win this war down here. That's not a concern in the slightest. Oil discovered in Xinjiang. There's also a revolution to preserve wealth voting, which is kind of hilarious. That's not going to succeed. The French Revolution is occurring. Awkward. Cool. So we're going to work on these construction sectors. Absolutely. We're going to get those underway. They're going to be starting to finish up. And we'll be ramping up our construction. Absolutely. That is very much a thing that we're interested in doing. I would like to utilize some of this investment pool money. We do have 135 million in our investment pool right now, which arguably means that we should go to something like laissez-faire. for the private construction allegation. Wait, there's a South African religious revolt that apparently Prussia is swayed into. Okay, I wish them luck in that. So let's send, say, Peter Stopford Sackville over here to deal with that. I don't think we need anything else, honestly. Prussia can't get here. So that should be fine. No real problem there. We have some gold depletions. It's a little sad. We also have a succession, or rather a secession happening here. Basra, Transjordan, yeah, that general area. Okay, I'm not shocked about that. Sure. So that's relatively fine. Okay, -4 interest group approval is fine. Goldfields are continuing to be depleted. That is sad. Oil discovered in Basra. Okay. Anyone can make it in the British Republic. Yes. Power of provocations. We'll let the procession go ahead. It's fine. Not concerned about that. They will secede over here, but we'll crush it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So these guys are fine at this point, and we should... Let's see, where's that actually going? This guy, Bartholomew Leslie. I want him to come down over here. As long as he's activated, we might as well do that. So all of that construction is almost completed. We're still working on this construction sector in Lariston. Maybe. We might be working on this construction sector in Lariston. I think we are. I think so. Cool. So the war with the South African religious revolt has broken out, and we're on our way over here still. It's going to take some time. 9 more days until we arrive. So that's okay. Now, the succession, or rather, I keep saying succession. This secession is going to happen. That's completely fine, too. I'm really deeply unconcerned about any of this. It may look bad on paper, but it's really not. Schleswig-Holstein front? Wait, why is there a front here? That's interesting. I didn't realize there would be a front up over here. So I guess we're fighting Prussia on this front. Sure. Wait, who all is in this? This is a Scandinavian war. Scandinavia versus Benin. Why are we involved in this? Oh, right. This was us defending against Benin down here. Right, because Scandinavia decided they wanted to do this nonsense. I'm going to mobilize this guy. We're going to head down over here. And let's take a look in our military here. England HQ is where we need somebody. Okay, I knew we were missing something. So we've got Lawrence Morum here. We can promote him up. This is going to be 75 that he's going to control. So we can send him over to here. Okay. And then I would like to get this situation wrapped up. So we'll send Prince George out over this direction as well, and we'll send Alexander McBain. The real question is, do we have any additional troops that we can grab here? The answer is yes, in the North Sea HQ. So we'll recruit this guy, Frederick Balfour, and we'll get him mobilized and promoted on up. He can get up to 60. So we can have him come and advance this front. It'll take him time to get there, which is understood. Okay, so we'll need to get all of that handled. I'm still not very concerned about this. There is a lot going on right now, though. No doubt about that. There's a lot happening here. So this secession is going to occur. Vultures upon a carcass, indeed. Okay. So we're done in South Africa. That is good. So we've got Peter Stepford. He is standing by at the Southern Africa HQ. I'm going to send him actually up over this direction. So we're going to put him here. Perfect. And then Bartholomew Leslie is going to be heading this direction. Because, yeah, we're going to need to handle all of this. They've seceded over here. That's not shocking. We're going to send Bartholomew Leslie over this direction. For the time being. Okay. That looks good for now. There's also a Yemenite secession happening here. Awkward. Well, we'll try to work our way out of some of these wars. Cool. So we'll be arriving over here eventually. We also need to get universal suffrage passed. And there's a peasant revolt diplomatic play. Okay, there's just a lot of stuff happening. But it should be fine, realistically. And yeah, we're going to lose some of these battles until our reinforcements arrive over here. That's fine. Do we have any additional troops that we can bring up without raising conscripts? That is something to ask. I mean, we have like an 8 stack here. Sure. We could definitely mobilize him and send him out over to here. Cool. And then beyond that, I'm not sure if we can actually get any additional generals, but if we can, we would go for like the Senegal HQ. Yeah, we can't get any additional generals. So for now, that's fine. We are going to be taking over the Benin front over here, kicking Scandinavia on out of here. That's perfect. So we're going to get that under control. We do need to get this done. Because we need to get them kicked out of Benin. That is very, very vital. And then up on this front over here, we are continuing to move forces in. Yeah, we're going to lose this battle, but that's only the one battle. National self-defense, huh? Okay, we'll drop the revolution progress here. The Yemenite secession is going to happen eventually. So, let's see here. We do have this play going on down this way. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. A whole lot of stuff. So we're going to continue pushing through the Swedish forces over here. For the time being, this force... Well, we're going to have to do something about this. Do we activate conscripts? I'm going to start conscripting here. Each of these wars individually is not very threatening. We just have a lot going on right now. And getting conscripts up would, I think, be quite important. I think we need to get this done. We need to start activating our conscripts. Just because we have too many things happening on too many fronts right now, we are going to start cleaning up some of these fronts, to be clear. But I do want to get this done. Surely there's a way to do this faster and activate all conscripts button. I'm not sure where it is, but I think there probably is one somewhere. Okay, so we're going to get that underway for now. Herbert here has 2, and we can mobilize him from the La Plata HQ over to here for right now. Anybody else? Yes, Thomas now has 1, and we'll send him over this way. Anybody else? Michael Grosvenor. Okay. Beautiful. We'll get you mobilized and heading over here. Actually, here. There we go. We've got Richard Bourne, who can be mobilized and can be sent to, say, this front. Cool. And there's the Yemeni uprising. No shockers there. We'll send Edmund down over here for now. Beautiful. Who else can we send? Well, let's check here. We've got this guy. He can come up over, say, here. We've got Lewis McRae, who can help out over this way. We've got Simon Downing. I'd like to check in over here. Yeah, we're winning on that front now. And we're winning up over this direction. Benin might actually give up on this war. We might be too late to actually hold them off over here, which is sad. If that's the case, it's not the end of the world, but I'm slightly saddened about it, for sure. Okay, let's send some additional forces up over this side. Yeah, Benin did indeed capitulate, which is sad. If they had just waited, then that wouldn't have been a thing. But I guess it's fine. So yeah, Benin has capitulated and is now under Scandinavia. Sadly. Very sadly. Unfortunate, but we didn't respond to it fast enough. That's our own fault. So as far as our current war against the South African British revolt, we are, of course, going to demand their full and unambiguous surrender. There's no doubt about that. And now our forces are going to be focused down over this way. So we can move a few of these over. And we can just work on crushing, absolutely crushing these various uprisings. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So Prince George can come over this direction. Charles can come over here. Wonderful. We've got Alexander McBain, who can come this way. Wyndham Ged, who has nobody. Okay. And Jacob Titmus. Okay, perfect. So we'll definitely crush these rebellions. Sad that we didn't get to Benin in time. But with all of this other stuff going on, I'm kind of surprised that we... Well, actually, I'm not surprised that these other things are going fine. I'm a little sad about this. We just didn't get there in time. I forgot about this going on with all of the other stuff, and yeah, that's my own fault. That's absolutely my own fault. So we're going to fight these wars, of course, and we'll let officers become more radical for now. So we have forces on the way over here, right? And it's going to take them some time to arrive, but we're definitely moving through all of this. So we're going to crush these uprisings. This is not a problem. The Yemeni uprising hasn't started yet. This one did, but we have started to arrive down this way. Perfect. And yeah, that's pretty over. So that looks wonderful. And we're working towards enacting universal suffrage here. These guys can't stop us. So we're definitely going to do that. We're going to crush these rebellions. We have forces in over here. They should be arriving now. Perfect. And we have forces reinforcing over this way as well. Yeah, this is fine. Unfortunately, our conscripts are going to be a little overkill, I feel like. But I definitely wanted to raise them against Scandinavia and Prussia. That was going to be a whole thing. But unfortunately, Benin didn't let us conquer them back in time. It was very sad. The Sinai Workers Brigades, huh? Honestly, we'll get support here. That's fine. So all of these rebellions are completely okay. I'm not concerned about them, really. Not really at all. We're building shipyards and banana plantations right now. That's fine. We're very glad to see those finishing up sometime soon. The war with the Yemeni uprising has broken out, and that will be concluded very soon. We have absolutely no problems going on here, and as these guys return home, so like, we're going to start demobilizing some of these. Unfortunately, we can't do it yet with some of these. Yeah, 4 months that they've been mobilized for. 3 months. So yeah, we can't do that just yet, but we will certainly soon. So it looks like this is over. Peter Stepford, we actually can start to demobilize some of these now. We're definitely going to. Any of these that we can are going to get early demobilized. So some of these up here are the ones that we can do. Cool. A donation of knowledge. Yes, we'll absolutely take a university in Sinai. That sounds good. So how much are we paying right now for additional expenses? 170? Sure. Yeah, this seems completely okay. I'm not concerned about this at all. We'll be wrapping up these existing battles up here soon. And we're just going to press through these rebellious areas. This is not an issue. Heavy-handedness. Their bedfellows may not be so accommodating. Indeed. So we're going to be done with this rebellion fairly soon, right? Elevators have been unlocked, so that's great. We're actually really happy with that construction sector max level. We should go in and boost up our construction sectors. This will be expensive, but I want to have all of these constructing at maximum efficiency. And bringing up their economy of scale is important. They get economy of scale, right? Yes, they do. No, they don't. Okay. Perfect. So they don't get economy of scale, so maybe that's not all that useful. But we'll get it going anyway. That will be fine. Cool. So we're certainly cleaning up this uprising. The Yemeni uprising, we're barely starting, but to be honest, the end of the century, the world is getting better. Have they not seen our GDP figures? Oh yeah, that's definitely getting better. That is what that looks like. Fantastic. 10% state penalties from turmoil, or 25 state penalties from turmoil. Okay. We're working on it. We're working on it actively. We do have some generals that can be demobilized, and honestly, any of these that can be demobilized really probably should be. Well, let's give it a moment. Let's give it a moment. This guy can be demobilized, for sure. And as they start to arrive at different locations, well, we can demobilize this guy. We can demobilize this guy. We can demobilize this guy. That's all fine. We can certainly demobilize this guy, but unfortunately, he's currently engaged in battle. So we're going to go for this guy. Okay, the Iraqi secession actually just ended. So that's wonderful. I want to start demobilizing a number of these. So I want to demobilize each of these that are on their way over here. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So we're demobilizing a lot of those. Hey, we're moving to voting on universal suffrage. Sedition among the Anglican Church. That is very unfortunate. We're going to, of course, execute the seditionists. Perfect. So that's absolutely fine. Our only general that is currently fighting is this guy. So I want to go through all of these and make sure that they are all demobilized. This guy is not. So we'll demobilize him. Any others? We didn't get that guy checked. Let's see here. Yeah, you can be demobilized. That is Michael Grosvenor. Okay, you can be demobilized. Wonderful. More demobilizations. I like it. This guy doesn't actually have anybody, but he can be demobilized too. Cool. So this should be our only general that is mobilized at this point. I really wish this icon changed when they were demobilized. That would be nice. Unfortunately, we'll just have to wait and push through this. It's fine for now. So we've got this guy here, and apparently 89 of those are from garrisons. Yeah, that's okay. Beautiful. Oh, City of Plenty, indeed. The army, or rather the party, will never end. So our standard of living is not really getting better. We definitely need to get rid of these demobilization expenses. There's no doubt about that, but that is dropping by a good amount. Very solid drops there. But we need to wrap up this war. That's for sure. Explosives and glass are currently considered expensive, and we do have some market access issues. The street side standoff. Okay, our men are professionals. It'll be fine. Conquer state in North Africa. This isn't against us, right? No, this is against Mascara. That's fine. I'm okay with that. That's in their sphere of influence. We're not going to intervene in that one. We've intervened in a lot lately, and I don't feel like we can intervene in all that much more. We're building a bunch of tea plantations right now. That's very important for Britain, of course. So we're going to continue to work on that. 2,500 construction seems pretty decent for right now. Although we're still growing our investment pool. We may actually want to think about expanding our construction ever so slightly more. So that would need to... This is under... Here. There we go. Construction sectors. Yeah, over here in Baghdad. Baghdad is at 1. We'll move that up to 30. Beautiful. So that'll do for now. There's a Turkish secession happening now, too. Well, hopefully we get the Yemeni uprising crushed before that actually happens. That would be nice, because we need to get our conscripts home. That's very rude. Very rude indeed. Yeah, we're not going to get this done before then, I don't think. The Turkish have seceded. There's not much there, to be honest. So I'm just going to send, I think, Bartholomew Leslie out over here. There we go. We, of course, need to get out of these constant wars in order to put our conscripts down. That's what we need more than anything right now. There's Yemen done. And at this point, we don't really need this guy mobilized, so I'm going to demobilize him. Our construction sectors in Baghdad are now done. So we can see here our investment pool is now shrinking. That's ideal. We're very happy about that. But we are going to need to deal with this Turkish uprising. We have inefficient agriculture, which is, of course, sad. And we're going to get universal suffrage very shortly here. So for now, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're hopefully going to get out of war at some point. We've had a lot of uprisings. No doubt about that. I wonder why that could be. I just can't put my finger on it. The answer is, of course, obvious. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.